Let's start about the formation and background. How
Yeah.
did the members come together, and what inspired you to start making music?
So there's four of us at the moment. We've had a few different members in the past and stuff, but the kind of idea started with this mascot and the story that goes behind the music. And so I started the project. I think when I was like in school. It was kind of just an idea, and then kind of last few years, maybe 4 years or something, came together with some awesome musicians from around the world. We got the bassist from Italy who came to London to pursue music, and you had the drummer who came from Venezuela to London to because the music scene is so strong. So we all kind of like were looking to make this project, and then just found each other like that. And we've got our newest member, as our lead guitarist. He's been with us for a few months, and we've done some great shows with him already. Same kind of interests. He's from Essex, so not too far from London, and he's got the same kind of same understanding of the sound that we kind of all found ourselves looking to make, and it's just kind of naturally connected and flown since we all found each other, making some fun music. So
You said it was Linkin Park and Rage Against the Machine, Iron Maiden that had
yeah,
inspired
yeah.
you, but what have significantly influenced your sound and style?
The kind of like fusion of where the classic metal bands you had to the kind of modern metal bands we have now, and the kind of fusion of giving the like melodic kind of riffs and fusing that with a bit more like aggressive vocals, rhythmic like rappy vocals as well. Because we were all fans of the classic metal bands and new metal bands, and just putting that kind of style together is something we've kind of tried to do in the music of it.
And what are some of your favorite songs you have written up to this point, and why?
So we've just started recording some new ones, and the sound has developed more. We've kind of found the way we want to have our recorded music since we've just been did a few songs last year as well. We've come a bit further now. We've gone a bit more heavier, but trying to keep that melodic thing we spoke about before, like as the focus with the riffs and the vocal melody lines. And these three songs, which we'll be releasing at the end of the year, they've just encompassed more of that sound we want to achieve, and the lyrics and the story of the band, and the mythical kind of world we're trying to build behind our mascot, the flower.
A little bit about your live performances.
The live performances, so we've been gigging a lot in London for the past like 3 or so years since COVID, and because we're all based here, it's been quite good to get on the London scene, and we've kind of joined this community called the London Metal Coalition, who are about 50 bands in London that connect to bring the scene like more strength and more shows around London, and it's been going quite well. And now we're looking to expand out of London, so we've got a few shows booked for the rest of the UK next year, well this year, and we're hoping to go on tour with a metal band when they come to the UK as well. So it's been an interesting ride. We're starting to finally build a bit more of an interesting lineup of live shows. And with the performance itself, we did a competition last year to play Bloodstock called Mail to the Masses. It's a big
Yeah.
like you battle of the bands thing, yeah. For the London one, which was awesome, and throughout that whole process, we didn't win, but we got such an experience of shows. We've really kind of developed our live stage presence as well. So with the story we have behind the mascot, we've kind of taken characters from this comic story we're writing alongside the music, and now embodying them on stage in performance and kind of telling the story with our live shows. Very high energy as well, so we're all attacking the crowd, jumping in there and going wild, which is always really fun. And it's the fusion of like that raw, aggressive performance with the organised storytelling along with the music that's like finding us a really good niche when it comes to coming to one of our shows.
How many bands were in Metal for the Masses?
Oh, quite. So they do one in London, Manchester. I think there's one in Ireland and a couple other places, Wales, I think as well, around the UK. And they're all like separate big battle of the bands with all the bands from that area. So like quite a lot of bands sign up, and then loads of like build up rounds and stuff. And it's an intense competition. It's quite fun. But yeah, man, it's a really great experience. Like you kind of get put in a position where you have to like think about what you are representing and what you are about and how to really like make that shine to the judges and the people who haven't seen you before, and get like, yeah, it's good. It's a really good experience for sure.
A hard competition.
Yeah, very, very good. A lot of good bands around around these days for sure.
Yeah. Who won last year to 2024?
So it was someone else who was in the London Metal Coalition crew as well. Them Bloody Kids. I think it was their like they done the competition a few times as well, so they really got what they needed from that and went to the end, which is really awesome.
What are some of the challenges you faced as a band, and how have you overcome them?
I think it's been with with the last few members we have, like sometimes there's different direction musically. Sometimes people want to kind of the sound always develops, and you always develop as people as well. And I think the longer the band goes on, the more people can change and have different ideas for what they want to do. So it's quite relationships is a big thing. I think bands like need to like learn how to work with and stuff. And it's quite because when you're doing, a bunch of creatives in a room trying to do what they want to do, it's always about like having a way to communicate, Yeah. But I think we found a good way to do that. So working for us.
What are some of your goals for the future as a band?
So we want to release these next 2 singles this year with a music video that keeps telling the story. And at the end of the year, we want to release an EP with 4 songs. And then hopefully next year start working towards an album. And at the same time, getting some more shows, trying to move more into Europe, get out of the UK after playing a few more areas. We'd like to start moving over there, somewhere in Europe. So.
How do you connect with your audience, both live performances and through other channels?
So I think we try to create quite an interactive experience with the band. So we release an online comic alongside the music video and the songs, and it's to try turn this concept into a kind of more immersive world and get people involved with characters and Easter eggs and the second meaning behind all these things. I think when you put it all together, you kind of find different layers of meaning in the songs. And so we're trying to build this at the moment, put it out there more. We're creating a Patreon to kind of give the opportunity to learn more about the story and see more of the behind the scenes thing. We do all the music videos and comics and stuff ourselves. So it's a lot of work, but it's fun to show how we've been doing that and how to do it for other people. And yeah, so we want to try and create more of a platform to bring people into the Nymphic universe that we're trying to.
How has you said something about the music evolvement since you first started, but is there anything that has influenced any changes in your style?
I think the more we played together, and then the more we shared what kind of music we all listened to, and started having that discussion, as well as some change in band member lineup, we kind of just found that I think when we started, we were a bit it was a bit too punky and light. It didn't have the kind of hit that we wanted, but at the time we had someone else in the band who was doing rap, and obviously that kind of blend of genre took us in one direction. So as we started changing lineups and kind of revised what the direction of music we wanted to go in, the kind of heavier, more complex storytelling kind of niche, then then it's all kind of just developed from there as we play together.
Do you have any advice for new artists or emerging artists?
Yeah, I guess just getting a community of some sort. You know, find the place in your area that's got these kind of like-minded people that want to help each other, want to play together, want to share ideas, and you know, whatever project you're working on, if you can find a community to have your back and join, then it's always a good way to get yourself out there, I think.
Where does this community in London? Where is it?
So it's what's called the London Metal Coalition. It's like just I think about 50 bands that started from the Metal to the Masses competition. I think a few guys met there, and then they decided to kind of create this alliance, and it's just built. And you know, more people have found gigs they like, and there's more gigs going on, and it's interesting. I think loads of like cities do have a thing like that. Like I think there's something up in Manchester similar, and like all these things are popping up. And I think whatever kind of genre or whatever you do, there's always going to be like that group of people that share the same kind of insight. Like going to gigs, finding venues that are doing those kind of events, and going down to those, networking, meet people, and you just all like on the same page. So you just crack on.
And you got the new single coming up.
Yeah, so it's the second kind of chapter and act of the story that we're trying to tell. So we had Peony first, which had the music video, the comic chapter, and the song, kind of to set the scene and build up, give the tone. There's like a bit of lore at the beginning of each video to try to captivate people and get them interested in what's going on. So the second video is Enemy. It's a bit heavier than the first one. The first one was kind of a bit more cinematic and setting the scene of this beginning, you know. And the second one is goes right into the story, heavy. The video was a real challenge to make, but really fun. We did it all ourselves in our guitarist's house, and it came out well. The bassist did all the editing and the filming himself, and like it's been really good to like work as a team to create the vision that we've got. And then after that, we'll be releasing another video and track that is the conclusion of that kind of first trilogy. And then with the next EP, we're gonna go back into some more history and of the world and the universe with those songs.
So this one was released 31st of January.
Yeah, 31st of January. It's coming up.
And does it go on Spotify or?
Yeah, so it'll be Spotify,
everywhere.
Amazon Music, YouTube. Yeah, so the video will be on YouTube. There's a premiere link, so like it's already there. It's counting down as soon as it hits the midday on the 31st. It's gonna be live, and then the track goes live midnight on the 31st on all streaming platforms, and the comic will go live the same day, the corresponding chapter. So all there together.
Do you have you already written and make the next song?
Yeah, so it's recorded. We just need to do the video. So we're hoping a few months we'll have that out. And we're currently doing the songs for the EP at the end of the year. We just did the vocals yesterday, so we've got one more kind of session to just edit everything and all that. Then we'll mix and master it and plan to release that at we're not sure exactly when yet, but maybe like September kind of time.
Do you mix and do master everything yourself, or do you
no,
label?
We have a friend who's quite a good sound engineer, so he's worked with us on the 3 we're releasing now, and the EP we're going to release at the end of the year. And he's been great he's like a bit more producing, recording it. He's got some great ideas for how to put things together, and then we're looking for someone to mix and master it properly, the final steps after that, and then we'll be ready to release them.
Thank you. I think that was it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for the interview, man.